Good morning, everyone. Welcome into another edition of the Morning Edge. DeadPresPicks, joined by SlopRules. It is Tuesday, John. We have a lot to get into from last night. The New England Patriots defeating the Arizona Cardinals. John, first of all, it's Tuesday. We're going live. So what's up, everyone on Twitter, and how you doing?
I'm just living the dream. I had a decent night last night, Matt. Did you see that?
Me as well. I saw you and me giving out some winners. No surprises there. So let's do that first. Let's get a little recap of last night's picks. Mac Jones over 227.5. John, I want you to talk about this winner first.
Well, I said from the beginning that this is probably going to be the easiest pick of all time. I'm sorry, I said it was the greatest pick of all time, which means that we would get 4 quarters of action, which we did. So I said we'd get it. We got that. We also got the over, which is always nice, to go ahead and win. So I got to be honest with you, it was pretty much a run-of-the-mill pick,
Mhm.
greatest bet of all.
Pretty easy there. Mine was less. I don't want to say it was less fun, but it wasn't as close. James Conner there over 18.5 receiving yards. Cleared this pretty early. I think he had like 16 after the first drive. So we got there easy. 2-0 show. We don't want to brag too much. We didn't even put a green check mark in this show. Just want to
Nope.
shout that out. Very humble by you and I to do that. So pretty good game overall though by New England. Defense definitely helped them out. Kyler Murray goes down early. A lot of injuries in this game. Stevenson on the Patriots, he was out. Parker got banged up. So a lot of guys in and out of the lineup. But New England gets it done. They stay now above the 500 mark. Big game for them, kind of getting them back into the playoff mix. So that concludes another week of football, John. We're getting down to the final month. Season's going quick. So we had to bring in your list. Okay, so
Oh,
if you guys are new to the program, every Tuesday John brings out his Super Bowl teams that can win the Super Bowl. So it's any team
hmm
he thinks has a legitimate chance. Here it is. He's got the Bills, Chiefs, Bengals, Cowboys, 49ers, and Lions. That means no Eagles once again. John, we're going to let you explain this list and why you love all these teams.
Okay, so the Bills is obvious. I mean, they're probably gonna win the Super Bowl, guys. Just get ready for that. They didn't look great against the Jets, but I mean, then they still win the game. So I mean, same thing with the Chiefs. Anytime you want to make a list of teams that can win the Super Bowls, you want to include the two that are going to end up in the championship game,
Mhm.
and that's probably the Bills and Chiefs. They're likely to go in right now 1-2, which helps a lot for meeting in the championship game for obvious reasons. But if they don't, if there is a dark horse, it's probably going to be the Bengals. Like, do you see what they did to the Browns? Like, I know it's the Browns, but like, yeah, like I don't know, like they handled them.
Mhm.
It wasn't like they were fighting tooth and nail with the Browns.
We did.
So then, that's the AFC. So those are the three teams. So if your team's in the AFC, right, and they're not one of those three teams, you have no chance of winning the Super Bowl this season. So just be ready for that. Be prepared. Don't get too up, but don't get too down, but don't get too up because you're not going to win the Super Bowl. But then now you go to the NFC. You're gonna see the Cowboys. They're probably going to be in the Super Bowl. I know they almost lost to the Texans, but you see what happens. You see what happens, guys. Like they they didn't show up basically. But why would you show up against the Texans when you are a Super Bowl caliber team? You got to ask yourself, like, why am I showing up for the Texans when I'm going to the Super Bowl?
John, the
So that's
comments,
what
the
happened there.
comments are sorry to cut you off. The comments are pretty upset with you for no Eagles right now. But you're getting a lot
Well,
of live.
I I will explain, and it makes a lot of sense. A lot of these guys, just to give you a hint, a lot of these guys probably weren't alive in 1998, which is why I make this list because as a historical guy, basically I'm saying I'm old, but as one of those guys, I can help you guys out with what's going to happen. All right, so next is the 49ers. They got Brock. I mean, so Brock's kind of nice, actually. Who knew, right? Who knew? So the defense is still the defense. They lost Debo, but I heard that they're getting him back. So they almost got kicked off the list for that, but now they're back. So I feel like they can just survive anything. They can survive like a nuclear attack because no matter what happens, they just keep winning somehow. And like they boat raced the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like they demolished them. So those two are probably going to be your candidates, but there is a dark horse. As always, there's a dark horse, and it's the Detroit Lions. I'm not sure if you saw what they did to the Minnesota Vikings, but I mean, it should have been illegal. I mean, they're faking punts out there. They're throwing balls to their offensive linemen. They don't even care anymore. They're just there to win. They got Jameson Williams now. That's a problem. DJ Chark looks good. Like the entire offense looks like I don't even know. I don't even know if we've seen an offense like this before. So those are the teams that can win the Super Bowl right now. And I know you're pissed about the Eagles, and you have every right to be.
Yes.
But the list doesn't just look at this year, Matt. The list looks at historical years. And this, I've already seen this before. I've already seen this season happen, guys. The 1998 season is what happened before, and this is literally the same thing again. It's like 1998 part 2. The Eagles are the Minnesota Vikings. They are. They're gonna beat everybody all the way till the end. They're probably gonna lose 2 games, but that would mean that they win 15. Just like who, Matt?
I don't want to hear about this other Vikings team. I'm
just saying, just like who else won 15 games and did not even go to the Super Bowl? The Minnesota Vikings that year. This is the same thing. What's going to happen is they're going to be boat racing everybody. They've had too easy of a schedule. I think that's what the list is saying. Like they've had way too easy of a schedule. They're going to end up having to play somebody in the playoffs, and they're going to get knocked off on some nonsense.
Well, I think the worst part is having the Cowboys on, right? Because if we're talking history. See, the Cowboys, again, in my lifetime, they've never won a Super Bowl. They haven't won a Super Bowl since, TV.
That's why I'm here for this. Guys like you that haven't seen all this before.
I don't think they could. I don't think they'll win one. But you know what? We'll see. But again, they almost lost the Texans team, who's literally like throwing games. So that's bad. Yeah. That should have knocked them off the list, I think.
Well, they didn't show up either. Like, why would you show up if you got to play the Texans? Like, who's showing up for that? Like, we're talking about an NFL team that's probably going to the Super Bowl here. Like, you're showing up here. Now we got to play the Texans who's throwing games. Lovie Smith. I get it. The guys were tired. They probably went out the night before. Houston's a fun city.
Yeah.
What's that game in Houston?
John, and some people are upset about you having the Lions on here. You're getting – see, this is – it's not getting a lot of love, unfortunately.
I can honestly tell you there is no chance you've been watching football if you don't think the Lions are probably going to run the table and win the Super Bowl. Like, I don't understand what you're watching.
They're still plus like 400 to make the playoffs. So if you guys want to get in some action, there it is.
That's down from plus 700 literally the other day. So, I mean, I don't even know if I would bet that anymore. The value's pretty much gone now. But when it's obvious that you're going to, you know what I'm saying, like the playoffs, then that's why you take them to win the Super Bowl. But yeah, that's it, man. That's the list. I mean, I wish I had the Eagles on there. I don't want to leave the Eagles off. Like, I like watching them beat up on no-name teams like the Giants and whoever they're beating up on. But I can't. I don't make the schedule, guys.
But again, we can't let people get away with hating on the Eagles' schedule, John. They beat a lot of good teams.
They didn't make the schedule. I don't hate the Eagles. I hate the guy who made the schedule because he messed up.
They didn't make it, and they've played 4 playoff teams this year. They're 4-0 against them, so they've answered the calls. They've answered the calls. I'm just saying they've answered every call. Who they lose to? The Commanders, and my left hand's up. Okay, I'm a Commanders fan at this point because I want them to make the playoffs so the Eagles can have a strong loss. But again, you want to lose. The Eagles were smart. You want to lose before the playoffs, so then there's no pressure.
You know who else did that? You know who else went that route?
I don't want to hear the Vikings.
The 1998 Minnesota Vikings went that route. You know what happened to them? They literally had a kicker. His name was Gary Anderson. Guy was old as dirt. He never missed a kick that season, right? Never missed one. He gets a chance to kick a field goal indoors too, mind you. With I don't know how much it would have put him up 10. It would have put the game out of reach. Guess what Gary does?
He misses the field goal.
He misses the field goal.
Well, the Eagles won't do that. We got Jake Elliott. He's hit big time Super Bowl kicks before.
I'm saying, he sounds a lot like Gary.
It's not going to happen. Like Gary. Jake is not Gary. But there's the list, guys. We appreciate your comments. John works hard on this list, so be nice. Some of these comments.
I just read it. I mean, it just comes out of the computer. It's a computer it's an algorithm, really. I think.
We have algorithms all over this place, so keep an eye out for those. But John, also, we've seen you and Elon Musk getting into it a little bit about your list.
Well, he did not talk back to me.
You want to explain this? So we got you on the screen. You see this?
So yeah, I was in a group chat yesterday, and someone posted this up, whatever. It's what you click when you hit the blue or the blue check mark, and that pops up. instead of like before it said something else. It didn't say this, but it said this is a legacy verified account. It may or may not be notable. And I was just like, damn, man, like because like just the other day I was notable. So
Right.
I wanted to ask him like
So
what did I do? You know what I mean? Like what's up with that? And it turns out, you know what they're doing?
What's that?
They're actually just stripping those like in a couple months, from what he said. So
There's
I
gonna
don't
be
even know if I'm
there's gonna be
notable anymore. I don't even know if you can trust me anymore.
there's gonna be no blue check marks at all.
Well, no, there'll be the people that bought the Twitter Blue. They will
Yeah,
have
but
blue
you,
check
you
marks. So
can't
basically,
buy.
it'll be like
I don't
all
know.
the nobodies have. I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Buying
don't know if
Twitter,
I want the blue check mark. Then, do you know what I mean?
that's what I
Because
mean.
people are
I
very
don't.
mean.
It's like getting a participation trophy at this point. It's like,
Yeah,
hey, you tried, but you're not really. You still
like
suck.
if the video thing is cool, like if the features are pretty cool, I'll do that
Yeah,
because I'm
maybe.
I'm on Twitter for life. I don't care if like
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Twitter's the best.
say I'm
Twitter
on
clears
Twitter.
everything.
I know people are mad that like Elon Musk bought it and he's changed and stuff and all that. But at the end of the day, like dude, we're like, have you ever watched a game without having Twitter? Like that sucks, man.
Everyone needs Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter's the
Like you
best.
need Twitter
We
so you can
trust
like
Elon.
talk to have a conversation with like however many people you want at the same
Yeah,
time. That's awesome. That'll never go away. That'll never not be cool. Whether there's check marks or not check marks, who cares? Like I don't really care. I
they
just
don't.
want to my people and we'll talk about football and baseball and basketball, whatever we're betting on.
Every sport, every sport. All right,
Um,
so that's going to be it. So we went through Monday Night Football, John. We got your list, and now it's time for our Tuesday best bets. So we appreciate everyone in here. Have over 270 in the live feed, John. It's not bad. We want you guys to hang around. This is really the point of the show you want to be in. So it's our
yeah,
Tuesday best bets. Had a
smart of
little
those.
exactly had a little sweep yesterday, John. Looking to run back a sweep today. We got some NBA, NHL, college basketball. A lot of people I've seen on Twitter today saying it's a bad day to gamble. I would let you take it away, because it's never a bad day
All
to gamble.
right. So first of all, if anyone says something like that, they just stop listening right away. You know immediately you cannot trust that person. They have no idea what they're talking about. Every day is a great day to gamble. Like think about it like this. Think about your like best days. I bet you gambled that day,
Mhm.
right? I mean, like that's just so. Anytime you hear someone say it's not a good day to get, like, dude, well then what
Oh,
are we doing then?
John, I have a question for you. Did you gamble on your wedding day? Do you know if you had a
Yeah,
bet? You
yep.
did.
It was August 1st, I think, 2010.
Okay.
And that was baseball season. So we weren't doing strikeout props back then. I don't think they even gave them out. So we were probably betting run lines.
Yeah.
Back then, you know what I used to like to do? I used to like to take two run lines and parlay them, like plus 150, plus 140. You know what I'm saying? And then just like hope. And that
Okay.
was fun. That was a good time. So I probably had one of those that day. And yeah, it was definitely. There's no doubt I had a bet on the.
It's good
Yeah,
to hear.
that would not stop me.
I feel like you can't not gamble on your wedding day.
Yeah, no, funerals are actually tougher to get around, depending on how well you knew the person that died. But those are always rough days to have action because you don't really want to be happy. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you kind of do want to be happy. So it's like I don't know. You're very conflicted on them. So like those days, maybe it's not as cool to gamble, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
say it's bad.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we just wanted to clear the air there, make sure everyone
Yep,
knows that there's never
correct.
a bad day to gamble. All right, John. So two NBA picks from you and I tonight. Let's get into them. We're going to start with yours. You're looking at a prop here. What do we got?
Uh, I'm gonna apologize first because this is not what we're used to doing. We're used to like having an entire game to watch. Our guy play. This is gonna cash probably in the first quarter, maybe sooner. I don't know. But Mikal Bridges, 3+ made threes, plus 136. That's at FanDuel.
Mhm.
Uh, I think this is the over 2.5 line. So don't be. So just take the better line because at FanDuel they'll have like the over 2.5, and then you'll go to 3+, and it'll be like different prices,
Mhm.
even though it's the same exact bet. So just make sure you're getting the best one. But somebody messaged me on Twitter today. I told them I'd tell everybody. So there was that. So anyways, Devin Booker's out. Devin Booker is a absolute ball hog. I mean, and that's a compliment. I'm not saying anything negative about him. I'm just saying like he is a ball hog. So there's a lot of uses to go around. And what they did, they got pretty slick. The Suns, they moved Mikal Bridges to shooting guard, and put in. I'm trying to think. Torrey Craig was playing small forward. So now Bridges is the shooting guard. He took like 23 shots last game. Like, I mean, the guy was just shooting the ball all the time. Looked like me out there. You know, he didn't know how to pass. He just shot the ball. He got in his hands. He shot it. He took 5 threes in the first quarter of that game, and he hit 2 of them. Yeah, that's a lot of threes if you think about it. Like how do you take 5 threes in the first quarter if you're Mikal Bridges?
Some quick math, John. That's an average of 20 a game if you did that every quarter.
He kind of fell off later. Correct. That's math. He fell off a little bit later. He only ended up with 13. I don't know he's going to take 13 tonight, but again, we only need him to hit 3. Like this isn't a lot for him. I mean, I think he's shooting like 40-something% this season. It's not like this guy's a bum either. Right? He can drain them. It's just that Booker is always shooting the box. I mean, if you're Devin Booker, like you shoot it. You don't just pass it to Mikal Bridges. I get it. But again, Booker's not there. The last 2 weeks, the Rockets, I don't think any team has been worse at defending shooting guards behind the arc. I think they're hitting like 4+, 4.3, I think it says. Yeah, per game. So there's that. But yeah, the only thing that could really hurt us is a blowout. But again, this guy's going to hit this in the first quarter, so it doesn't even matter.
Sounds pretty.
Like nothing matters, basically, is what I'm saying to you on this. Like this is no doubt. As of right now, there is no chance this thing loses. Like 0%.
Looks good. Looks good on that end. Fun story about Bridges. He's from the Philly area. Sixers drafted him. All right, and his mom works
10th overall.
His mom works for the Sixers and everything, and then they traded him that night, and we ended up with Zaire Smith. You probably don't know him. He never made the league. You know, he had some food allergy that like kept him out of basketball for like 2 years. I have a peanut allergy. It never stopped me from playing or working. I don't know why his stopped him for 2 years, but that was the fun story of Mikal Bridges, and now he's one of the best. He's also one of the best defenders in the NBA. Sixers screwed up there, but big fan of Bridges. Like that play tonight. All right, guys, I'm going to go with the Utah Jazz +2 tonight at home, -110 against the New Orleans Pelicans. So Pels come into this game hot, John. Winners of 7 in a row. They're looking to make it 8 in a row tonight. But I think that this is a good spot for them to regress a little. They're coming off 2 hard-fought games with the Suns. They required a lot of energy. I mean, their focus was there. Now they have to go on the road against Utah. Tough spot for them. New Orleans has not been a very good road team this year at 6-5 compared to 12-3 at home. So they've played much better basketball at home this year versus on the road. And Utah, bringing out some stats for this one, John. Then Utah at home, they've been better, 9-5 at home versus 6-9 on the road. So little angle there. I think this line suggests, though, that it's a Utah play all the way. Looking at the injury report right now, they look pretty healthy in this game. Again, this is the NBA, so anything can happen. They could just pull their whole team. They could do it. They could pull the whole team for load management if they wanted to, and then we get screwed. But as of 11 a.m., this is going to be the line. This is going to be the team. I think the Jazz get it done tonight. I like them to win outright. Going to be safe here and take the points with Utah. So I think this is a good regressional spot for the Pels. The entire world will be on the Pels. They're hot right now. They're playing a Jazz team that, you know, when you look again at their roster, they look pretty limited, but they've actually played pretty well this year. I mean, 2 or 3 weeks ago, they were in first place in the West, which was kind of crazy. They're not that good. They might be a play-in team, but I think they keep it tight here. And I do think they win, but we're going to be safe here and go with the points. So give me the Utah Jazz at home as my Tuesday best bet. What do you think about a little sweep here, John?
Yeah, I think it's definitely happening. I mean, how would it look?
Yeah, so we did get just one comment that I wanted to get to about the soccer game, John. It's okay. So we got Argentina and Croatia. I don't know if you've written an article about this or if you're betting it. Do you have any opinion on it?
I did. It's in the premium section, so just for tuning in, you're getting a little premium action. So Argentina team total over 1.5. I just think it happened. I don't know why I think that. It's +110. Argentina has Messi. I don't know if you've heard. Maybe you've heard of him. Pretty good. Ever since the first game of the tournament where they lost, they've scored 2 goals every game since. At least 2 goals. So I don't know. I think that if they even get one, I think they're still like balls out trying to get two. Does that make sense? Like I don't think they're gonna mess around because Croatia's not a joke. But yeah, that's it. That's my analysis. That's me telling you about soccer.
What's the line on Argentina team total over 1.5?
It's plus 110 at DraftKings.
Okay, I like that. So I'll ride that. I took Argentina money line, so that was my article pick. If you're not familiar with soccer, that means they have to win in regulation, right? So if it goes, soccer has the weirdest rules. Like even if you bet a prop in overtime, sometimes it like can't win. But here's the thing with me with soccer, guys. I took a 2-year break from soccer just because I wanted to, take it a little easier on the books. Came back, World Cup. Now we can win 4 in a row if this wins today. So I'm about as hot as any soccer bettor that's ever lived. A lot of people are going to say.
Not trying to be a dick, but soccer is the easiest sport in the world to beat. Like, you don't have to watch it.
The reason it's so easy is because the net is massive. The ball's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's an easy sport to play. It's an easy sport to bet. So I agree. Some guy asked me because I was like, I was chirping him last week. I was like, yeah, like soccer's pretty easy. And the guy's like, well, why don't you do it every day? And I said, well, then it's not gambling anymore. It's just winning.
Yep.
Like fun
exactly.
sometimes to lose.
Like I'm stealing money.
Exactly. Yeah, you start feeling like a thief. So soccer is, if you haven't bet it, do it today and just watch it. No matter what you bet, it'll be pretty easy. And if you lose, who cares? You get it. You come back tomorrow or whenever.
NBA tonight too. It's always on during the day.
That's the thing. It never feels like a loss because it's on at 10 a.m. or 2 p.m.
You just get your money right back when you bet the NBA.
You have an entire day to do it. All right, so John and I gave you guys a little bit of a soccer bonus there. Just one more time to reiterate the NBA picks tonight. Mikal Bridges there, 3+3s at plus 136 on John's end. I'm taking the Jazz +2 at minus 110. That's over there on DraftKings. So those are going to be our 2 bets. Guys, before we go, I have to inform you of some awesome giveaways that OddsChecker is doing. And if you guys have not done these yet, you need to get on them now. $500, John. That's not bad at all. All you have to do to enter this giveaway, and it's so simple, is subscribe to our YouTube page. This is at OddsChecker US. Again, it's at OddsChecker US on YouTube. And then you are automatically entered in. If you want a second entry, all you have to do is additionally comment on the video. So I'd advise, 2 is better than 1. So just throw a comment on there, and then you get, basically you double your chances to walk away with $500. Yeah, that's pretty easy. I mean, that seems like it's very doable. So if you guys have a minute here, go to the YouTube page, OddsChecker US, watch this video, like it, and then comment you're entered in $400. And then another giveaway, John. We're not done yet. It's the giving season. It's Christmas, so OddsChecker is feeling very generous at the moment. We are giving away $100 daily on our Instagram page. And again, it's that easy. All you have to do is follow us. The handle's the same. It is at OddsChecker US on Instagram. And then you find the contest post for the day. All you have to do is then tag a friend, and you can just stay in. Even if you win, John, you're still eligible to win another 100. That's how easy it is. But you have to go to the OddsChecker US Instagram page, follow them, check out the giveaway, tag a friend. It's that easy. Make sure you do it before midnight every night. Get in on all the OddsChecker content.
Yeah,
it's the best. It's the best it is. You have any comments, John, for these people?
I can't believe they're giving away all this money. That's insane. I mean, that's just, you know how many parlays that is?
Yes, I mean this is the thing, and it's every day they're doing this. It's not just doing it once in a while. It's $100. Yeah, it's $100 a day. I mean, get in. I just tweeted it out. $500 giveaway. Make sure to enter. It's Christmas time. Look at the presents on the screen. Nice little graphic there done by
Great graphic, by the way.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Great graphic. Big time graphic. All right. So that's going to be it for today's episode. We appreciate having everyone in here. Had over 2,000 people on the live stream. So we appreciate everybody who came in and out, stayed through. Make sure you guys continue to comment on these videos. In the future, let John and I know any questions you have about the games. Got a lot of comments about the list today, John. That was the hot topic. So
there was there's a lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about, a lot to get into. And the cool thing, every Tuesday, John has the list. Now, we'll be back tomorrow with Melissa on the Morning Edge, But the big episode will be Friday. John, are we announcing the guest yet, or are we holding it for Friday? Because he's your guest.
I would say let's announce it right now.
That it's all you, because you're the guy he's your guest. So
This guy's awesome. For starters, I don't know if we're gonna beat him. We're gonna have to come up with a game plan because he's not some bullshit guy. It's Vegas Refund. Luke Swain. I mean, the guy's just a legend. I mean, for starters, look at his Twitter handle. Tell me a better Twitter handle in gambling Twitter than Vegas Refund. You know what I mean? Like that alone just tells you the guy's legit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So we'll be facing off with him in the Thunderdome. And I don't know. I think if we put our heads together, I think we could probably figure out a way to beat him.
I think we can. I mean, I think it'll be good competition. Like you said, we're playing it. We're trying to build a resume. So we want a tough schedule. We're starting tough. You know, we got Connor Allen out of the gate. Now we got Vegas Refund coming in. But if you guys are not familiar, Friday episodes, we do the Thunderdome, 3 picks each. Whoever comes out with the least amount of profit is kicked from the – well, John and I can never be kicked from the Thunderdome. We're grandfathered in. All we have to do is beat the guest. If the guest beats us, he stays on every week. If he loses, it's a new guest every Friday. So be ready for that episode Friday. But again, John and I will be back tomorrow morning, joined by Melissa for another episode of The Morning Edge. Thank you so much, guys. Again, make sure to enter all those giveaways on YouTube and Instagram. We will see you guys tomorrow morning. Hope you all have a great Tuesday, and let's cash in.